Donald Trump's status as the frontrunner in the Republican race for the White House has been further strengthened after he walked away with wins of 7 of 11 states on so-called Super Tuesday. With establishment Republicans fearing the party is sliding into an existential crisis, the maverick billionaire used his victory speech to sound an uncharacteristic note of unity.
I am a unifier. I would love to see the Republican Party and everybody get together and unify. And when we unify, there's nobody that's going to beat us. Thank you very much, everybody.
Well, joining us now from Washington, D.C. is the US political analyst, Jon Christopher Bua. Jon Christopher, thanks so much for joining us this evening. After Super Tuesday...
Wonderful to be back with you. Thank you.
Excellent. After Super Tuesday, how likely do you think it is now that Trump will be the Republican candidate?
Well, I mean, if you look at the statistics, he might be, very possibly. However, he is terrifying the GOP, the Republicans, and so much to the fact that Mitt Romney, the Republican candidate back in 2012, is going to be making a major statement tomorrow from his state of Utah. And I think he wants to bring the party together. He is going to be talking about the race and how it's being done. And he's rather a respectable, he remains a respectable head of his party from 2012. And they're not very happy with the Donald.
But can Trump be stopped?
The only person who can KO Donald Trump and knock him out flat is Donald Trump himself. And I wouldn't put it past him. Well, I mean, he can keep shooting his mouth off. He can keep insulting people till the base of his party is so upset and so sickened by him that they will find a way to circumvent him. And it can happen. Stranger things have happened, and it's a long way from now to the convention in Cleveland at the end of the summer.
He's gone from maverick outsider to clear frontrunner. I mean, how has he done that? Can you explain that?
Absolutely. He is a very clever master stageman. He comes from the same part of New York City that I do, Queens. He's a tough guy. People love this kind of glib tongue, and they love the way he deals with the problems. He has got the anger vote. He has put people off, and he's also guaranteed that he will take care of ISIL. He will take care of the economy. He will close down the borders. And he is, in a way, the anti-Obama. So everything that Obama stood for, yes, we can, he is turning it around and say, no, you didn't. And he's doing it in his very glib way.
A lot of people are starting to think about what a Trump presidency would mean for the world. He's made a lot of outspoken comments about immigration, war on terror. How do you think he'd behave if he actually got into the White House?
Well, Rona, you know, difficult times demand inspired leadership. We look at Churchill, we look at FDR, we look at Kennedy, we look at even Ronald Reagan. They were inspired individuals who can inspire a nation. You've got problems in the EU with Great Britain, the dissolution of the EU, questions of Schengen, whether or not immigrants, because of the crisis in Syria, are going to be causing problems, unfortunate refugees. We've got our own problems. We are all linked together in a borderless global economy. And can Donald Trump handle it with his clicheism and his throwing lightning bolts of divisiveness? And in fact, can Hillary solve it with, some might say, rather her cliche hackneyed comments about everything's going to be whole again? The world is watching, and I think that there's a lot at stake in Scotland. There's a lot of stake in Great Britain and in France and all throughout Europe. And Donald Trump represents.
Okay.
Well, we shall see.
Oh, we shall see indeed. And hopefully we'll be speaking to you again soon. Jon Christopher, thank you for joining us this evening.